Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about reaching D&D gold, running your absolute peak Dungeons & Dragons campaign. All right, first you have to know why you're playing Dungeons & Dragons. The reason you should be running Dungeons & Dragons is to fix yourself, fix everybody at the table, and fix the world. No, and you're like, oh, wait a second, how do I do that? Well, the good news is Dungeons & Dragons does a lot of that on its own. You don't necessarily, if you run Dungeons & Dragons the way Gary wrote it, that will happen. So you don't have to bend over backwards to make that happen, right? You do need to allow it to happen. And so I think that's important, okay? And I also do think I think it's much harder to do that if you are not allowing yourself to do that, and if you do not know that that's what Gary intended. It absolutely can happen if you're not aware, but it's much harder. Here's a good example. I'm an evangelical Christian. You can get married, you can get saved. You can actually come to a saving understanding and a saving relationship with Jesus Christ in the Catholic Church, but you have to do it despite their teachings. It won't happen because of it, right? Like, it's extremely difficult. So there are Catholics that are Christians. They are outrageously rare. They're extremely, extremely rare, right? So it's kind of like that. All right, okay. Let me stay focused here. All right. Then you have to determine what your problem, you have to recognize your problems in your campaign, and then you have to diagnose the reason your problems are happening before you apply fixes. There's a lot of this happening right now. People applying fixes for problems they don't know the cause of, right? And that is wasted activity and wasted effort. Okay, finally, today what I want to talk about is, okay, you're struggling to run Dungeons & Dragons, all right? So people aren't showing up, or people are showing up and they're not enjoying the experience, okay? And they're not happy with you, and they're not happy with people at the table, okay? Or they're not getting anything from it, and it looks like they're going to quit soon, right? Any and all of these problems, and many more that I haven't even said, okay? Here's what I want. This is the point of this video. Do not be discouraged. You are not doing, it's unlikely you're doing anything significantly wrong. You are making some mistakes, and there are some problems, okay? But you do not need to be discouraged that you suck at running Dungeons & Dragons. The problem is running Dungeons & Dragons is not well. I'm just saying running Dungeons & Dragons, period. Not even well. Just running Dungeons & Dragons is outrageously difficult. It is an extremely difficult task. And the reason I'm taking the time to say this is you are being lied to. You will find a ton of videos online saying dungeon mastering is easy. Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro has even gotten into this game of lying. And I get it, right? People don't want to tell people, hey, dungeon mastering is probably the hardest thing you will ever do, right? Nobody wants to hear that, but it is the truth. So today, if you are struggling to start your campaign, to keep your campaign going, to improve your campaign, right? Or some other problem, do not beat yourself up about it. Don't even feel bad about it. Understand that you are falling down and hurting yourself because you are skiing the black diamonds. Dungeons & Dragons is essentially, Dungeons & Dragons is public speech on every side, on the Dungeon Master side and on the Dragon Master side. You are literally taking the place that an actor would take in a play. Right? Do you understand that? That's huge, right? Get this. I heard a great joke recently. They're like, people absolutely despise public speaking. So when they go to, when you go to a funeral, they'll say, hey, would anybody like to speak about the person who's in the coffin? And most people would rather don't speak. And the reason why is they would rather be in the coffin than to ask to speak at the coffin. Like, people despise public speaking. It is very difficult for the vast majority of people. So I just really want to encourage you today, if you are struggling to run Dungeons and Dragons from any perspective. You are not the problem. The problem is you are skiing the black diamonds, you're falling down cliffs, you're running into trees because you're not on the bunny slopes, right? The bunny slopes are video games. If you spend 4 hours, if you the bunny slopes are video games. It's a waste of your time. Okay, you should be on Dungeons and Dragons. And honestly, it is extremely easy to play video games. It's extremely easy to play Call of Duty and just keep grinding on it and get better. But it's not a rich experience. It doesn't return anything. It doesn't have a good ROI. It doesn't have a good return on investment of your time and you. Okay. So I'm not going to tell you how to fix the problems today. I'm just to encourage you. Don't feel bad. This is to be expected. You are doing something outrageously difficult. You can do it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't be sad about it. Acknowledge it, and we will solve it together. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.